The only thing I'm watching tonight is Tampa V's VLOGMAS. That's like the PG version of all my pickup lines that I've done. Am I becoming PG? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Welcome! Hello! Hi! Do a little chair swivel. It's me. We're doing day 4 of VLOGMAS! Woo! Yay! Wow! So today, because I've decided to change up a lot of my little videos, I decided to do movies I've watched in 2023 and the movie stats that come along with that. So, I've got a little list here. I did so much maths for this that honestly my old math teacher should be proud. I think I did more maths here than I ever actually did in my math classes in high school. For you guys, anything for you guys. So, we are doing my movie stats of 2023. These are all movies I've seen in the cinema, to clarify. Not movies I've watched in general, that would be way too many. But movies I have went to the cinema, I bought a ticket, and I've paid for it, and I sat down and I watched the movie in the cinema. So, shall we begin? I think we shall. So, in total, I watched 15 movies in the cinemas this year. That equates to 36 hours and 37 minutes worth of runtime. If you add all the movies' time up together, that's what it equals. That is a day and a half plus 37 minutes. I spent that long in the cinemas. With that fact of 15 movies, I've technically watched 1.25 movies every month. 1.25 movies every single month. Yeah. I'm also going to try and have like little pie charts or something come up on the screen to kind of just show more variety, show a little bit of extra pizzazz. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe Canva will have something. I'll figure it out. But I feel like that seemed very relevant. So because of the amount of movies I watched, $13 a ticket means I spent $195 on tickets for myself. But minus $13 for a date that I went on where he paid for the ticket, but plus the fact that I shouted 3 people's tickets means plus $39. So in total, I actually spent $221 on movie tickets this year. And that doesn't mean food or popcorn or anything, that just means my seat in the cinema. Out of the 15 movies I watched, I ranked one of them 1.1 out of 5. I ranked 2 of them 2 out of 5. I ranked 3 movies, 3 out of 5. I ranked 4 movies, 4 out of 5. And I ranked the remaining 5 out of 5. That's pretty good, I'd say. I feel like before we get to the rankings as well, we should go with who I saw the movies with. Now, I'm not going to say their names. I wrote their names down, but I'm probably still not going to say their names. It's not the worst if you guys saw the names, but still. So, the first group of 3 friends that I am very, very close with, we saw 2 out of 13 movies together. I went on a date, and one of those movies counted as the date. With one of my best friends, I saw 3 out of 13 movies with just her. With another one of my really good friends, I saw 1 out of 13 movies with just her. That person was also part of the original trio, so technically I've watched 5 movies with her this year, because she's also technically part of the school collective, which essentially just means like random people of my school friend group. She doesn't go to my school, but she was with one of our movie sessions, so it counts in there. With the school collective, I saw 3 out of 13 movies. With one of my other friends, I saw 2 out of 13 of the movies. And with content creation friends, I saw 1 out of 13 of the movies. With saying that, I feel like it's been a pretty good year for movies. Like, before we get into the rankings, it's been a pretty good year with movies. We've had a lot. I wish I saw more of them in the cinema than I did, because there are a good, really few that I missed out on. One of them including is The Little Mermaid. I really wanted to see that in cinema, but I didn't end up. But I feel like we still did pretty well movies-wise this year. And yeah, so let's get into the rankings. Do like a really cool like transition to the rankings, like ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da rankings. Welcome to Tam's movie rankings with just the ones I've watched, and I will explain some reasoning behind them. The first one, in worst to best, is Oppenheimer with 1 out of 5. As much as it was informative and as much as some parts got your attention, overall it was just really boring. It was not interesting for someone who doesn't understand the science of it, but it was very informative and it was like a nice rhythm. I just feel like there was a lot of like stuff they could have cut out, but also I'm not the one to talk about that sort of stuff. And again, by the way, to clarify, just because I didn't like a movie doesn't mean I'm shaming you for liking said movie. This is just my opinion on this. On the 2 out of 5 scale is The Flash. I've saw it twice, so it was technically 2 out of 5 movies. I saw The Flash. It was okay, and there were some parts that were funny, but I feel like the funny parts were not intentionally funny. Like, the way he stanced to run, and also, let's be honest, I'm really attached to Grant Gustin as the Flash. Seeing someone else as the Flash kind of messed with my brain and probably made me not enjoy it as much. For the 3 out of 5 movies, the first one we have is the Dungeons and Dragons movie. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing an actress that I haven't seen in a movie in ages, but I just didn't get as involved as I've gotten into like the other movies that are higher up. You know what I mean? Saying that, Avatar 2 in 3D, I'd like to specify the 3D version. I saw Avatar 2 twice. Avatar 2 is a little bit higher on the list, a bit more, but Avatar 2 in 3D was a 3 out of 5. I feel like it just wasn't worth it for like the extra money that you spend to get 3D, or like, you know, the fact that I couldn't wear my actual glasses and see some of the movie because I have really sensitive eyes to light, but the fact that it just wasn't worth it with the 3D glasses. Like, the only part that was really cool is when they first like dive under the water. That was insane to see in 3D. Everything else, it's still the same in 2D and 3D. Next one for 3 out of 5 is Mario. Don't get me wrong, Peaches is one of my favorite songs ever and I love it. I'm pretty sure it was in my top 100 Spotify played. But the only thing is, there were just some parts that were just not the most appealing to me. But also, again, I didn't grow up with the OG game, so that's probably adds a bit more reasoning to it. I had one of the Super Mario Karts on my Nintendo, but I was never too involved in the actual thing, and I just always wanted to be Princess Peach because I thought that I was Princess Peach. Next one, we are getting to the 4 out of 5s, is Across the Spider-Verse. I really enjoyed it. It was amazing. It was stunning visually. And just, it was a really enjoyable movie. I don't really have anything else to say, anything bad to say about it. It just wasn't a 5 out of 5, you know what I mean? Next one was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That was a really good end of the series. I watched all the Marvel movies in chronological order earlier this year. So seeing it being added onto as well, like finishing up the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, that was amazing. And I really enjoyed the ending. As sad as it was, I really enjoyed it. As sad as it was. I do hope that we get to see Chris Pratt in more Marvel movies though in the future, if possible. And just the rest of the cast, I'd love to see them in future Marvel movies still. Be really cool. Next one we have is the Taylor Swift Eras Tour. I'm seeing the concert later in the, next year, so that's why I didn't rank it so high up. But I really enjoyed it. It was good. It was good. Me and my friends, me and 3 of my friends, we went down there and then we went to this Taylor Swift rave at this club thing after that they had on, and it was just a good way to spend it. And again, I got one of the Eras Tour cups. I liked the experience. It was really good. Next one for our 4 out of 5 is Scream 6. I love the Scream franchise so much. I love it so much, and it was amazing. It was just, again, not a 5 out of 5. I watched it for Jack Champion because I loved him in Avatar, and I just wanted to see him, now that he's older and stuff like that, I want to see how his acting was like, and he did not disappoint at all. It was amazing. It had plot twists. It had deaths. It had a really traumatizing death that made you think about it the entire rest of the movie. Literally, the ladder scene. What was that? What was that? Please tell me. It was so good that I was traumatized after. That's how good it was. You know what I mean? I love when movies are like that. I love when they're a little bit traumatizing and you're like, oh, okay. I like that. I like that fact that they give you that reaction. Now, for the 5 out of 5s. Now, these can go in no particular order, but they are going in a particular order. But still, for our first 5 out of 5 was the Barbie movie. I think that's enough said. I loved it. I did my Duolingo during it. When the Duolingo ad popped up, I started collapsing, as in I just like died of laughter at the like sad Barbie ad. I was not recovering that entire movie, and my friends, they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like here, like in my seat, laughing my ass off. It was really good. I watched it immediately after work. The movie started at 9. I finished work at 9, and I headed straight there. My dinner's here. My dinner's here. Oh my goodness, my dinner's here. I love ya. Mom loves me, guys. Next one is the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Josh Hutcherson. Need I explain more? He has been my celebrity crush since like 2020, which some people say it's longer. I only watched the Hunger Games in 2020. As soon as I watched the Hunger Games, I was like, Josh Hutcherson. Yes, he's been my #1 celebrity crush ever since. And it was a really good movie. I really liked it. I've never been that involved in the lore, but now I know all the lore because I decided to watch all the game theory. I watched the game theories like series of all the lore just in order, and honestly that was like really good. I really liked it. I like knowing about all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna yawn. It's a yawn today. It's not a burping day, it's a yawning day. Next one after that is Avatar 2. I really liked Avatar 2 when I first watched it. It was so visually amazing. It was traumatizing. Jamie Flatters did so good as Natayam. It made me so upset. I got so attached. I also, oddly enough, I liked Anung and like Sadea and Rotsko. I liked their little gang. Like, many people were like, oh my goodness, I hated Anung. I really liked him. I liked his character. Maybe that says something about me. But I feel like he needed to be that bitchy character to kind of have development and have character development, especially if he's going to be in later, you know, movies and stuff like that. We're not too sure, but if he is, then yeah. Next one we have is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, our last one, but my favorite one. As someone who bought the book in 2020 when it first came out, 2021 was it? I forgot. Whatever year the book was released, I bought it. I remember pre-ordering it, being so excited, and I read it all, and I was in love. So getting to see that in movie form, I've watched the movie twice. Getting to see it in movie form was, I think, one of my favorite things ever. It was genuinely an amazing experience, especially when you realize that, like, you know, you picture things from books, and they're so much more different than like the director's vision is actually a lot more better and different than what you think. Like, you know, like when they get chucked into the zoo cage, for some reason I thought one of those like really shitty like pen boxes, like a giant one of that, not like an actual enclosure, which the enclosure made them seem more like animals, which was both kind of the point and worse. Like, it was a good worse. And the rainbow dress, I thought of like a big W tutu. I thought like a really shitty rainbow tutu, not that, which I loved it so much. I could ramble on for ages, but I'm not going to because my dinner's ready. So on that note, again, I thought it would be a bit of a shorter video. It is, and that's fine. So I hope you guys have enjoyed our little video today, and happy Vlogmas. Tomorrow's video is going to be chaotic. Pun intended, you'll see what I mean. It's going to have a lot of chaos. It's going to be a little bit crazy. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed Vlogmas, and I will see you guys then. Goodbye. Ooh.